And so, so for example, like I can kind of start with so like my thing would be like fitness and engineering, for example. And I think I've come to a point where, yes, I feel like I've been able to do things that a lot of people haven't been able to do, but I also feel like all of the things I can do, everybody can do.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the main thing that I think I want to push from my level of accomplishment or expertise or whatever. And engineering has taught me that because we have like a lot of far fetched ideas. You know what I'm saying, that that people just sometimes just can't wrap their mind around, but we use this stuff every day,
Yeah.
right? And so I think for anybody listening or watching or whatever, if there's anything that you think you might want to do, do it, because I feel like we can do all things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What y'all think?
I'll go real quickly. I would say to anybody listening, you know, th- just don't. You know, I feel like a lot of people feel like they can't do certain things because they may see somebody doing it better. But I feel like always put yourself in a position to say, you know what, if I can't do it right now, eventually I can. And if I can, I can hire somebody else to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that. I met with Shaq before recently, and he basically said that he's super successful. We were kind of talking about him being a mogul, and one of the things that stuck out to me, he said, man, it's so many things that I don't know. He said, bro, you're probably smarter than me. Like he said, but
Shaq said that to you?
yeah, he was basically saying like I'm not, I'm a super successful business person, but all I do is say, hey, oh, can you do this? Okay,
Right.
come here,
Right.
help me out with this. You know what I'm saying? Now you're over there. I'm gonna hire you, and now I own a restaurant because you know how to run a restaurant. You've been doing it for a while, and you ran it successfully. Now you come and work for me. Now I own a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm in the clothes. Oh, okay, you're a good designer. Okay, you do that really well. I suck at designing. Let me hire you, and now I'm a designer as well.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Or I have a clothing line.
Right.
So it's like, just thinking like, man, to leverage people, work with people, and just to think bigger than what we've been thinking. I've been taught like to think, no, not to try to downplay my family or anything like that, but I've been taught to kind of think within your means and kind of like, this you can do this. Oh no, you're not good at that. You can't do that. You
okay.
can't do this. And now I'm like, no, I can do anything I put my mind to if I use the resource and I actually just I don't know, just put in the work and connect with the right people to make those things happen. Everything is possible. So I'll say all that to say, just think big and don't try to downplay whatever your ideas are. Where there's a will, there's a way. So yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just say, I guess my expertise falls under healthcare.
Right.
That's what I dedicated kind of my career to. And I think healthcare is one of those topics that we all live and breathe. Like we just got done talking about mental health, behavioral health. That's a epidemic right now in our country. Whether we want to or not, we all at some point will take medicine or go see a doctor. So I think that in itself means a lot. On top of that, if you look at the facts, right? So of all the money we spend as a nation, so the GDP, 18% of it is dedicated to healthcare related things.
Wow.
So a large percent, you know what I'm saying? If you look back 10 years ago, that number has progressively grown. To all of those listening, I would just say, whether it's a quick Google search or, what I'm saying, following an Instagram account dedicated to healthcare, I would just say, man, just start to kind of arm yourself with knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where it continues to cost more, super complicated, and folks in the industry like myself and others are trying to figure out how to do it. Big companies like Amazon are trying to figure out how to do it, right? You see this in the news, and I feel like it's one of those things that won't change unless we get behind it as a people, as a society. So as you look into politics, as you look into decisions that are happening locally, nationally, a lot of them impact healthcare. So reach out to me, whatever Google search, just start to surround yourself with knowledge because it's important to the decisions that we make. And that's about it for that. Yeah.
Dopest.
I don't really have much to add here, but
Yeah, you do.
Doctor.
Right.
Goddamn.
for me, I would say that my area of expertise is higher education,
Right.
administration. So for people who might be in this field or looking to get into this field, my biggest advice is to know your worth, ask what you're worth, and take calculated risks. And what I mean by that is a lot of people say, "Oh, take risks," but
Calculated.
I feel like you have to take calculated risks. So think about like the outcome of like what that would look like, if you took this risk, the pros and the cons of taking it. And never be afraid to move out, to move up.
Wow.
A million people can do the same job that you do. And if you decide to not show up to work, they're going to replace your ass. And someone will do that job better than how you were doing it before. So take calculated risk, move out, move up, and, flourish.
I wanted to, because I feel like I didn't answer the question.
ahead,
So
man.
I want to redo my question. So as far as my profession,
Redo.
all right. So as far as my profession, as I said earlier, I'm a wealth manager or financial advisor with Merrill Lynch. So any advice for people that want to get into financial advising or finance or banking or whatnot, I would say it's sales, right? It's sales. More than anything, and it's relationship management. Working with people, understanding people, and understanding what they're going through, and just connecting with them and showing them the path. Right. I've learned so much from not just the information that the companies give me or whatnot. That's great, but I actually learned a lot from my clients as well. It all comes down to knowing what people need. People need help, and don't just assume that people don't need help. A lot of them do, and it's not just black people, it's Asians, it's white people, you name it. People need help, and I feel like if you're really passionate about finance, if you watch people like Dave Ramsey or Greg Cardone or whoever in regards to finance, Tony Robbins, people like that, motivational speakers, and you want to, and you feel like you do that with your friends and family, maybe financial advising can be for you. So I really love what I do because I'm helping people, and I like money as well. So it's like I get paid to help people. So it's a really good, career to have. Sometimes it's not easy, but I think it's all worth it in the end. So. And it can be really lucrative. So, yeah.
Very good. Very good.